Welcome back to the art studio. It is now Monday. First thing I want to do this week is finish up the infinity sculpture that we started a couple weeks ago. After that, I want to finish up the set of puzzle pieces that we began last week. This here is where we left off with the infinity sculpture. First thing we have to do is get rid of these big chunks of glass that we glued onto the back. I used a special type of glue to put these pieces of glass onto the back. We can either use acetone to melt them off or boiling water, and I'm going to try the boiling water method first. We have the glass removed, and you can see there's a little bit of glue residue, but we can get that off very easily. At this point, I want to work on the very bottom of the sculpture right here. You can see the bottom still has a bunch of scratches on it, so we have to get rid of these. This side here is also longer than this side here, so we actually have to spend some time grinding this part inward a little bit more. That way the sides will be even. So we're going to head over to the flat lap and get started. Made some good progress tonight. We didn't have much time to work since I was doing some stuff earlier today. The edges are all squared up. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that little lip there. Probably not. I might taper it in so it matches this edge right here. We're still going to do very slight alterations to it as we continue cold working, but so far this here is pretty much the general shape. We're also going to be carving this part here. We'll probably get to that maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm not sure. Regardless, it is the end of the night, so we're going to wrap everything up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's now Tuesday, and we're going to get right back into working on the infinity sculpture. We're going to start working on the bottom again. I want to bring this up to a 600 grit finish. This here's what the piece looks like after beveling. I added a pretty steep taper right here. I think that looks really cool. I wasn't originally gonna have the bevel this big, but I accidentally chipped the glass, so I had to make it bigger to hide the chip. Regardless though, I think it looks really cool and it's going to, I think, add to the design a bit. Now I was debating if I wanted to keep this thing smooth or carve it, and I decided that I'm gonna carve this because I wanna see what sort of optical effects it produces. For this particular piece, I'm gonna use a smaller carving wheel. That way the dimples are smaller and the pattern is a bit more concentrated. So this is about as far as we're getting tonight on the Arrowhead, which we actually made a lot of progress. So I beveled the top of the carvings, giving it a nice shing clean edge. I redid the bevels a little bit on the bottom to get rid of any small chips that came from carving this. I also beveled this edge here. I made it thicker right there so it matches this, and I made it thinner up here so it doesn't get rid of the point. All we have left to do is to polish the entire piece. But it is the end of the night, so we're gonna wrap everything up here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. 5 hours later, and I only managed to polish this face, and this bottom part right here. Still have a lot to do. We have to polish this side, we have to polish the very bottom of that, we have to get all the carvings. I'm debating whether or not I want to do the bevels. I kind of like how, like, that matte look inside the glass, those reflections there. I kind of like how that looks, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to keep it that way or not. Beside that though, I really like the way this piece is looking so far. It's got some really cool effects going on in it. But it is getting late, so we're gonna wrap it up tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We are in the photo studio. It's Friday, and I'm gonna show you guys the results of the piece now. The videos and the photography ended up taking a little longer than I thought, and because of that we don't have any time today to work on the puzzle pieces, and it's also the end of the week. At this point, since it's Friday night, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the vlog. Now if you guys enjoyed the video, then be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos, and as always, thanks for your time.